Uranium keeps climbing. It's one of the best performing assets year to date. There's also individual stocks that, of course, track the price of uranium and ETFs like the URA ETF. Let me give you an update here on what we think is going on. We've talked about hard assets now for probably the past 12 months or so, say that there's going to be a big outperformance coming through a multi-year lens. We've now had a significant first leg. What you're looking at here is the year-to-date performance of various asset classes. I like to show this to give people some perspective, and you can see at the very top is uranium and platinum, and then you've got copper and silver and gold, whatever, all those things. And stocks basically last, right? NASDAQ 100, Max 7 stocks, they're doing good, but they're definitely not leading. So the question, of course, is what to do with uranium now. But I thought I'd give you a little bit of perspective of here is by using a long-term chart. And this is using the URA ETF. So this is an ETF that tracks the price of uranium. What's uranium? It's something that you need for nuclear power. And of course, we've had a lot of more positive rhetoric around using nuclear power globally, quite frankly. And that has seen the price of uranium, as I said before, go up, or the URA ETF, go up about 57.5% so far year to date. Here's a long-term chart. Now, this chart goes all the way back to 2011. And the reason this is important is because we've seen, if you look at this closely, the price of uranium, or the URA ETF, essentially not go anywhere from November 2021 until literally just a couple months ago in May. So this sort of multi-year consolidation pattern has now, in our view, essentially ended, and we've clearly broken out. In fact, we've had uranium essentially trade in a pretty well-defined range from November 2021 until May of this year. The question, of course, is, will this continue? And if it does, how high could it go? And if it doesn't, what's the pattern there? Given our sort of more structural view of energy and not only demand for hard assets, but also the incredible demand we have for energy globally, which is really a 5 to 10 plus year cycle, we think uranium is going to go way higher. How high? I'm not sure. What I can tell you is through maybe a multi-quarter lens, we wouldn't be surprised if this is just purely technically, we ultimately see the price of uranium essentially have a breakout move that has essentially the width or the length in percentage terms as the trading range, which could get it to about $55. It just the other day closed around 40, low 40s. So getting to 55 would be another 32% move. Now again, that's a multi-quarter view in my sort of current way of looking at it. However, that does not mean that we can't first see a meaningful mean reversion move, which might get the price of uranium to mean revert, maybe even all the way back to the breakout point. I don't know. Again, that's the difficulty right now, and that would be a meaningful 23% drop in something that's up 50-something percent. So that would be, I think, pretty healthy. Moral of the story is I don't like to chase things higher or lower for that matter. So we nailed that breakout. We were took a part in the initial rally as well. But now I'm getting more cautious. Now, if I have an investment time horizon of at least a few quarters, maybe a few years, I wouldn't want to get rid of uranium from a trading perspective. I'm careful here on the upside. I would expect at some point to see the rally start to slow down and maybe even mean revert. So that's our review here on uranium. Hope it helps. We'll see you in the next video.
If this video helped you, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, you give us a thumbs up like, and if you want to see this approach in action, you will want to join us in our Set the Market morning call, which happens at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Monday through Thursday. Make sure you join us for that in the link down below. Again, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.